Hello Banneker, this is Farmer Eric here from Green City Growers, and let me show you guys what we got going on in the garden right now. So I'll start off over here in this section. So our potatoes are doing really good. Still doing great, still growing a lot. They're actually starting to produce flowers, so we'll get some little potato berries. You don't want to eat those, but they still will produce a small fruit. So this is the flower itself. It'll end up being a little berry, maybe about a little bit smaller than my thumbnail, something like that. Yeah. Then over here, oh, didn't notice this before, but I think something might have eaten the top or broke the top off of one of our zinnias, but that's okay. So zinnias and I guess most flowers, if you cut the top off here, it's gonna make the plant start to branch out from the lower sections. So the top was chopped off there, and now we have new shoots coming from here and here. And those wouldn't necessarily be growing if the top hadn't been disturbed and gotten chopped off. So that works for flowers. It also works for basil. So if we were to not do anything with this plant and just let it grow, it would just keep growing taller and taller. It wouldn't really get bushy or, yeah, it would just be like pretty straight and pretty tall and kind of lanky. But if every once in a while, this isn't enough to harvest yet, I'm just going to pinch off the top like so, and that should encourage growth on the lower parts of the plant. So it'll start sending shoots out from right in there, like where these leaves are, and right here where those little leaves are. Yeah. So this is what our zinnia bulb would have looked like. So it's not open quite yet, but it's getting there. We're gonna harvest some garlic scapes today. So that's these little curly things right here. So this is actually the flower of the garlic. So we're harvesting them now because if we don't, the plant will start putting energy into making a flower instead of making the big bulb of garlic that we're growing it for. So I'm going to be harvesting those. That'll tell the plant that, hey, I can't make a flower anymore. I gotta just keep getting bigger underneath the ground. So yeah, our watermelon is starting to get some flowers, which is great to see. So we should see, I think we could see like a small fruit by next week. We're already seeing flowers right now. Speaking of flowers, our cucumbers are doing amazing. We got a bunch of small fruit on here already. So things like that one, all those down in there. Our eggplant is starting to get a couple flowers on here. So we see some ants that are currently on this plant, and we also see some some aphids on this plant as well. So the ants are farming the aphids so they can collect some honeydew and some sap. So the way we take care of animals so that we can have them for food later, that's sort of what the ants are doing with the aphids. They're protecting them and then just using the resources that the aphids provide. So aphids are like mosquitoes for plants. They suck the sap out, but the ants can, when they want to, they can eat the aphids and get the sap out of them that way. So yeah, that's kind of cool. It's pretty cool to actually see the relationship happening up close and personal. We've like sort of created a little ecosystem in our garden. Yeah. So you might see a couple ants going around, but that's okay. We'll harvest some kale. That'll be ready to go. I gotta sort of sort out this section because the kale's getting a little bit overgrown, but we'll figure that out. And besides that, oh, one last thing. This is our bok choy that I left so it could start to make seeds, and these are some of the seed pods. So you can break this one open. Let's see what we got inside. We might have something, we might not. We'll see. You gotta... Hard to focus, but there are a couple tiny seeds in there. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this plant now, just because it is a little bit overgrown. But it was good while it lasted. It provided food to many pollinators, like